Okay, so this is the K66. This is a 65% keyboard, and the only thing you need to know about this mechanical keyboard is that this has a lot of RGB lights. Before I get started, this video is sponsored by banggood.com. They are a website where you can buy a lot of inexpensive keyboards, and shipping is relatively quick. This took around like 4 or 5 days to ship to me, which is pretty freaking fast. Also, they did send this out free of charge for me to review. Link is in the description. Please check them out. They're great. Okay, so let's talk about the lights. And there are a lot of lights. Okay, on a normal RGB keyboard, there's lighting for every single different key. This keyboard has that. Plus, this keyboard has an entirely separate lighting zone for just the casing. So when it comes to lighting adjustments, you can adjust the lighting zones for the keys, plus the lighting zones for the case itself. And combined together, this keyboard looks really good. At night, the keyboard is super bright, and it just looks super cool. I don't think pictures on the website or like this video will do it justice. You really have to look at this in person to understand how outrageous it is. Oftentimes I'm just looking at this and I'm just amazed by how insanely bright and like colorful it is. There are around 18 different lighting modes for the keys, and then like a lot of different lighting modes for the casing. Also, you can change the keys to any color that you want with just the keyboard controls. Okay, so let's move on to the casing of the K66. The entire casing is made from acrylic. There's no metal backplating. I think that does give a different sound to the keyboard, but most importantly, it does have a lot of flex, and when it flexes, it makes a lot of sound. But you shouldn't really worry about that because you're not flexing your keyboard all the time anyways, unless you're flexing the lighting. Now, onto a few things I really love about this keyboard that really stands out from other keyboards. First of all, the switches are factory lubed. These are Gateron brown switches that came with this keyboard. They actually feel really freaking good to play games with. So if you're somebody who is new to the mechanical keyboards and you don't want to lube switches yourself, this is a really good option. Also, another thing I like about this keyboard is the font on the keycaps. I think they're Helvetica and it looks really good. I also very like the 65% layout. It has the arrow keys and also the delete and insert keys. It doesn't have the F row up top like a TKL keyboard, which is a bummer, but I guess I can live with that. And I guess the biggest pro of this keyboard is the price itself. For around $62, this is a very nice beginner friendly RGB keyboard. Like I said, you just don't find a lot of factory lubed keyboards out there, so this is a very good option. You can just set the lighting to entirely white or just turn off the lighting completely if you're not a big fan of the RGB stuff. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that this only comes in Gateron switches. Personally, I like Gateron switches more than cherry switches, but it's up to personal preference. Mine came with Gateron brown, which is my preferred switch type anyways. There is a newer version of this keyboard with a hot swappable panel. Unfortunately, I didn't get that version. This one is fully soldered on, which is okay. I don't really care. I think the hot swappable version is also sold out almost everywhere. I don't know where you can get that right now. Now let's move on to some cons of this keyboard. And first of all, there is no height adjustments. I personally don't mind that, but if you are somebody who needs an elevated keyboard, then you need to figure something out yourself. Second of all, the right shift key is a different size. So if you're thinking about switching the keycaps off of this keyboard, you are going to need to find some keycaps for this different size right shift key. Also, it does take a little getting used to with typing with this like shorter shift key. I end up just pressing the up arrow all the time when I'm typing with this thing. Okay, so how about a sound test? Okay, so let's take this baby out on a test drive, and by that I mean like some gameplay. And by gameplay I mean Osu. Yo guys, I'm testing new camera angle. I just realized you can see my crotch here, dude. So I'm gonna put on a sticker over here. Okay, so should you get the K66? I honestly think the lighting is very impressive. It certainly is very mesmerizing looking at this keyboard at night. Colors are insanely vibrant and it's just very bright. At just $62, I think this option is very great for somebody who wants a 65% keyboard, like with the arrow keys and stuff. Also, if you're a beginner and don't want to like solder or anything and you love Gateron switches, I think this is a very great keyboard. Honestly, I highly recommend this to a lot of people that are just getting into mechanical keyboards. It's a pretty good and affordable option. I think a lot of people is gonna like this one. Do you really think that I'm gonna end this video without plugging my Twitch first? Hey, if you haven't checked out my Twitch channel, yo, check out what you've been missing out on. Hey, that was a pretty wholesome clip, right? Link is in the description. Please check out my Twitch channel. I stream around 3 nights a week, which is pretty frequent. You can ask me questions about keyboards on there. I would love to talk to you guys. And with that said, thank you so much for checking out my video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.